Fall of the Roman Empire. The fall of the Roman Empire is one of history's most fascinating and debated stories. When people say the Roman Empire fell, they're usually referring to the Western Roman Empire, which officially ended in 476 AD. The eastern half, later called the Byzantine Empire, continued for another 1,000 years until 1453. Imagine this: a superpower that once ruled from Britain to the Middle East, built roads that still exist, created laws we base modern systems on, and fielded legions feared across the known world, reduced to a shadow, with its last emperor a teenage boy deposed by a Germanic warlord. How did it happen? It wasn't one single event or villain. It was a perfect storm of problems that built up over centuries. Let's break it down step by step, like a slow-motion collapse you can almost watch happening. The Golden Age ends, the cracks appear, 2nd, 3rd century. Rome reached its peak under the five good emperors, 96 to 180 AD, especially under Marcus Aurelius. But after his death in 180 AD, things started going wrong. First came the Antonine Plague, 165 to 180 AD, likely smallpox or measles brought back by troops from the east. It killed millions, possibly up to a third of the population in some areas, and weakened the army and economy. Then the crisis of the 3rd century, 235–284 AD, hit like a wrecking ball. 50 years of near-constant chaos with over 25 emperors, most murdered or killed in battle. Civil wars raged, the economy tanked with hyperinflation. They debased the currency so much that silver coins became basically copper with a wash, and external enemies smelled blood. The Persians in the east captured Emperor Valerian in 260 AD, the only Roman emperor ever taken prisoner. Germanic tribes raided deeper into Roman territory. The empire nearly shattered into 3 breakaway states. Diocletian, R. 284–305, saved it temporarily by splitting the empire into the Tetrarchy, 4 rulers, massively expanding the bureaucracy and fixing prices. But these were bandages on deep wounds. The division of the empire, East versus West, 395 AD. In 395 AD, Emperor Theodosius I died, and the empire was permanently divided between his 2 young sons, Arcadius in the east, Constantinople, and Honorius in the west, Ravenna, since Rome itself was no longer safe. The east had advantages: wealthier provinces, Egypt, Syria, Asia Minor, better defenses, Constantinople's massive walls, fewer exposed frontiers. The west had poorer, more rural provinces, longer, harder to defend borders along the Rhine and Danube, more constant barbarian pressure. This split made the West fatally vulnerable. Barbarian invasions, the external hammer blows. The most dramatic cause was the wave of Germanic migrations and invasions, often triggered by the Huns pushing from the east. In 376 AD, desperate Goths asked permission to cross the Danube into Roman territory to escape the Huns. Roman officials exploited them, leading to revolt. At the Battle of Adrianople in 378 AD, the Goths annihilated Emperor Valens and 2/3 of his army, Rome's worst defeat since the Teutoburg Forest 400 years earlier. Then came the Big Crossing. On New Year's Eve, 406–407 AD, Vandals, Alans, and Suebi crossed the frozen Rhine. The West never recovered those provinces. Key dramatic moments. 410 AD, Visigoth King Alaric sacked Rome. The first time in 800 years the city fell to foreigners. The shock was enormous. 439 AD, Vandals under Genseric captured Carthage and North Africa, Rome's breadbasket. Losing African grain and tax revenue crippled the West's finances. 455 AD, Vandals sacked Rome again, this time for 2 weeks, carrying off treasures and even the Empress. 451 AD, Attila the Hun invaded Gaul, but was stopped at the Battle of the Catalonian Plains by a coalition led by Roman general Aetius and Visigoths. 452 AD, Attila invaded Italy but turned back, Legend says due to Pope Leo I, plus disease and supply issues. By the 460s-470s, the Western emperors ruled little more than Italy, relying on barbarian generals like Ricimer, who made and unmade puppet emperors. Internal decay. The empire rotted from within. While barbarians hammered at the gates, Rome was crumbling inside. Economic collapse. Heavy taxes crushed farmers and the middle class. Many fled to barbarian protection or became serfs. Trade declined, cities shrank, and coinage was worthless. Military problems. The army became more barbarian than Roman. Soldiers were expensive, so emperors relied on foederati. Discipline fell. Soldiers even stopped wearing armor. Political instability. Constant usurpations, assassinations, and weak child emperors. The West had 20-plus emperors in the 5th century, most lasting just a few years. Overexpansion and corruption. The empire was too big to manage. Corruption was rampant. Rich elites evaded taxes while the poor suffered. Demographic and environmental factors, plagues, climate cooling, and population decline made recovery impossible. Some older theories blamed Christianity for softening Roman martial spirit, but modern historians see religion as just one piece. Christianity actually helped preserve Roman culture through the Church. The final act, 476 AD. In 475 AD, the general Orestes forced Emperor Julius Nepos to flee and crowned his teenage son, Romulus Augustulus, Little Augustus, as emperor. But Orestes refused to give land to his barbarian troops. In 476 AD, a Germanic leader named Odoacer revolted, killed Orestes, and deposed Romulus Augustulus on September 4, 476. Odoacer sent the imperial regalia to the Eastern Emperor Zeno, saying there was no need for two emperors. This date, 476 AD, is traditionally marked as the fall of the Western Roman Empire. Aftermath and legacy. The fall wasn't apocalyptic for everyone. Many barbarians admired Rome and tried to preserve it. Odoacer ruled as king of Italy under nominal Eastern authority. Roman law, language, and Christianity survived. The Eastern Empire thrived as Byzantium. In the West, new kingdoms emerged. Visigoths in Spain, Ostrogoths in Italy, Franks in Gaul, laying the foundation for medieval Europe. Modern historians often prefer transformation over fall. Roman culture didn't vanish, it evolved. But politically and militarily, the centralized Western Empire was gone. So why did Rome fall? Not one reason, but a deadly combination of barbarian pressure, economic ruin, political chaos, military weakness, plagues, and climate shifts. It took centuries, but once the momentum shifted, Rome couldn't recover. The lesson? Even the mightiest empires can decline when internal rot meets overwhelming external challenges. What do you think? Could something similar happen to modern superpowers? History doesn't repeat, but it often rhymes.